Morning, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to Wes's Angling. It's New Year's Day today, so happy New Year. I've come for a walk down a canal because I didn't do anything last night, so I thought I'd get up early, have a walk and do a little bit of a lure test for you. So I'll show you what I'm going to be testing. I'm going to be testing these. So we're going to be testing the foxrage micro lures, okay? So I've got a couple of packs, I've got the Grubtails, and I've also got the little spiky paddle tails as well. I've already rigged one up onto the rod. I'm going to be using a very light setup today. So I've just got 9-pound braid and an 8-pound wire trace. So very, very light setup. I'm sorry about the main road. Just walking down to the canal now. I'm going to be fishing the same stretch as me and my dad fished the other day, where my dad had a couple of pike. So yeah, New Year's Day, I thought I'd come down early before it gets too busy down the canal. Sure he will, and his wife will be out walking today. But yeah, let's see what we catch. Looks like there's a guy fishing for pike down the bottom there. It's like he's dead baiting. So we'll walk the other way and we'll see what we get today. I'm only after small pike. If we get a perch, happy days, but from what I can gather from you guys, the wire trace tends to put perch off a little bit. So they're literally tiny little lures. Right guys, so I want to start off on a pink one because we haven't tried pink on this canal yet. Now, I won't be stopping today until I get a fish. Well, I say that, but I might end up giving up. But I've been out 3 times now, lure fishing, and I've blanked every single time. My dad's had a couple of fish, but I didn't catch anything that day. So, scaling right down, and I'm going to stick to these lures. I know everybody's telling me to use drop shot and use worms, but to me, it kind of defeats the object of lure fishing, that. So we're going to try with these tiny little lures. Look at that. Does look good. Like I said, 3-gram jig head, foxrage, and I think these are a size 2 hook. So there we go. That's what we're starting off with. Little pink one. And this is the spiky shad, okay? And these are micro lures. And I've literally just got a 10cm section of wire, and then that's going to 9-pound braid on a little spool. So very, very light setup. I'm using a drop shot rod as well, which will be perfect for these little 3-gram jig heads. So let's get into it. I'm going to try under this bridge first, and I'm literally just going to work all the structures, and I'm just going to move around. I'm going to do a very slow retrieve. The one thing I like about these light jig heads is they don't tend to pick up as many leaves as heavier jig heads, so I'm guessing they're not sinking into the leaf litter and silt and things like that. So it's alright, first cast, not got snagged or anything. Not picked up any leaves. Now obviously the downside to using such light jig heads is you can't really feel them on the bottom. So what I'm doing is I'm winding down, taking up the slack, and just jigging up gently. That's all I'm doing. Just after little pike, little perch, anything. I've seen an overflow down this way that I'm going to try to in a minute. Very, very coloured for water today. So hopefully this pink shows up well. Now, The other problem that I've got with this light setup is I can't see the line entering the water, and it makes it very difficult to see when I've taken up the slack. Might have had a bit of a knock then. Or it was leaves? No? Let's have a look at it. Nothing yet. Let's go through the bridge here, do it sideways. It's a little bit easier for me to see my line sideways. We got here. Whoops, come out. I'll have one more cast under this bridge and then I'll move on. I've been method feeder fishing a couple of times now, and since that ice that we've had, I've been blanking, so that's why I'm not out feeder fishing this week. So I've got a couple of days off now, so I'll probably come lure fishing both days, unless I'm not too demoralised after today. Really nice action, these lures in the water, these little paddle tails. Just look like a fish. Perfect. Right, let's have a go to this overflow. Confident about this place. It's a good cast too, that. Just to the left of that stream that's coming out. So let's do a really slow retrieve here. Let the overflow do the work. Can always swap colours and swap to a grubtail as well. So probably every couple of stretches we'll swap over. Let's have a couple of sneaky casts to this boat here. Just bouncing the bait around this overflow. Got another test for tomorrow as well, so if we don't do any good on these, I've got something else to try. Okay, I'm just going to do one long cast down the middle of this canal down here, and then we'll move to that bridge that's coming up. Right, I'm going to hold it sideways so I can see any kind of bite. Bridge coming up, guys. After this bridge we'll swap to either a grubtail or a different colour. I think we'll try a grubtail. Give it some movement. I think I'm going with a perch coloured grubtail as well. Right, let's do a long cast to the bridge. As far as I can cast with these 3 gram jig heads. Canal's very quiet this morning. Ah crap, I think I'm snagged on something here. For God's sake, it's not moving this, whatever it is. Right, well, I'm going to try something a subscriber told me to do. Nah, it's definitely not moving. Right, let me try something. I'm going to grab the line and ping it like a bow. God. So that technique actually works to get your lure free. So literally, when you snagged up, one of my subscribers told me about this, you grab the line like that and then twang it like a bow, it just flicks it out of the snag. That's amazing. I did not expect that to work. Right, let's swap over to a grubtail and have a brew. Right, grubtail time. Never used these, I never used a grubtail before. But first time using this kind of lure. So there we go. Let's see how we get on with one of them. Again, 3 grams. So just going to unclip that. And we'll put this pink one in my pocket for now. Or it's definitely going to get caught up on my coat at some point, I would have thought. Ouch. New Year's Day, everybody else is probably still in bed and I'm out here testing these micro lures. For you guys. Slash trying to learn how to lure fish at the same time. Ah. And this is already going to be a problem, I can see. The tail getting wrapped around the hook. These feel a tad bit different in the water than the spiky ones. I feel a bit more resistance when I'm reeling in. Makes me think I've got a leaf on. Oh no, we're over that tree. Good cast too, that. Just happened to go around that tree. I don't know whether I should still be jigging with the grubtails or whether I should be retrieving them slowly to let the tail work. Oh, look at that in the water. You probably can't see it on the GoPro. Let me try and get it up a bit. Look at that. That is definitely going to be attractive. Hope you can see that. Look at that. Green flash. Right guys, let's crack on. There's a bridge coming up. We'll go another 2 bridges with this and then I'll swap back onto a spiky shad. Okay. So I think this stretch here is where my dad got his first fish last time. The old bloody same stretches the canals, don't they? Look at this canal barge here. Don't think it should be parked like that. Not letting many people pass there, is it? What do you think's happened there? Right, so I'm just going to walk it all the way down this stretch because it's clear in the edges. Third time. Works every time, that. What an amazing technique. Right, I know I said that I weren't going to swap off these, but I've been using them all day now. I've been fishing for 3 hours and I've not had a sniff of a bite, so I might put a spinner on and just try that for the next hour or so. Right, let's have a look what we've got. So got a couple of old spinners here. That my late uncle gave me. So they're the ones I've got. I have got a foxrage one, but I'm saving it to do a specific video on. Okay, so that's what I'm going to put on. Hooks are still sharp because it's stuck in my hand right now. Going all that stretch of the canal and not catching is probably not good. So let's try a spinner. And we'll see how that works in the water as well now. Because they are old, these. Seems okay. Like I said, I do have a foxrage spinner. Which somebody told me to get in the comments, but I'm going to do a specific video for that one. Where is it? Look at that one, eh? But I'll do a specific video on that. Maybe try that tomorrow if I come out. Not gonna lie, like I said, it is really demoralising. I'm not used to coming out and not catching, you see. Let's go. Oh my god, boys, I've got a fish on the spinner. Oh, it's a perch as well. Tell you what, that's a long time coming. I hope I don't lose it now. Come on, get me net. Oh, wow. Oh, I can't believe it. On my uncle's old spinner. Morning. Morning. Look at that. Save the blank. Buzzing. Right, let's get it back. Hi. Shows you that the spinners are better than the lures, doesn't it? Because I've worked this area for about 15 minutes with the lures. Oh dear. And it shows you that they weren't bothered by that trace either. Let's go again. But this is obviously a good spot for fish, this, because this is where my dad caught that jack pike. Spent about 40 quid on them little lures and jigs and jig heads and all the bloody rest of it. And it's an old archaic spinner that catches the fish. Always the way, innit? You don't need to spend loads of money. Stick with what works. Well guys, at least we haven't blanked today. That's a positive, isn't it? Could be a sign that we're going to have a good new year. And get a good cast on it. So this is an Advanta drop shot rod, 7 foot, 5 to 15 gram. Whether I just had a bit of a bite then. I think I did, you know. And it was £19 off Angling Direct, which is cheap as anything. Seems okay so far. Okay folks, so I'm calling it a day there. At least we've not blanked. One of my subscribers said on the last lure fishing video that I uploaded is that this is a very tough stretch of canal. He said it's packed with silvers, but there's been potentially some pike poaching going on. That's why there's a lot of jack pike in here. He said there's plenty of perch, but they don't seem to like to take soft lures, which is obviously good information to know when you're coming out doing a soft lure test. He said the river that crosses near the canal is good for using soft lures on, which is back that way, past it before, down in the valley. So that might be worth a try. But that's probably why we're not having much success on the soft plastics. I don't really think I'm doing anything wrong. Don't think there's anything wrong with my jigging techniques or anything like that. We've had one on the spinner and nothing on the jigs. Spent a lot of time jigging today. I've probably been jigging for 3 or 4 hours, so I've definitely put some time into it today. I've not been slacking. Probably made about 200 casts. We'll look forward to seeing you next West Angling.